What's good? It's your boy, Glacier, breaking down the icebergs of life. But listen, I'm still trying to figure out how to set up the camera so I can do reactions. As you can see, there's a border here, and you can see that on this side that it shows up there. I'm gonna plan to figure it out, but right now at the current moment, I am on vacation. It's winter break, but I did want to give you guys an early Christmas present. Now I got my cornrows in, and it fits the occasion of what I'm trying to do because today we are going to be reacting to I Love When You Count Me Out, the music video, but then we're gonna have a lyric breakdown because I don't think you guys are really understanding what he was really saying. Like, he was really saying some really deep stuff. Kendrick Lamar is just known for saying deep things, and I'm sorry, but it just seems like he just knows how to create masterpieces, and his music videos just really even elevate what his lyricism was already bringing to the table. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Kendrick? Kendrick? Did you hear that, Kendrick?
Yes. My apologies. I thought my time was up.
No, we can continue if you like. So, what did you say to the lady in the park?
Now also, if you guys would want more reacting to music videos and this and that, put it in the comments down below. And like the video, it really helps me, see what you guys actually prefer and what you guys actually enjoy. Now, right here, what's going on is that the Kendrick Lamar music videos are actually in correlation with, obviously, the album. From his music videos like The Hard Five to even his other music videos. He's creating a storyline in which his music was already doing, but now he's not only giving us a visual, or it's not only that he's giving us just a way for us to hear to it, and an audio experience, but now he's actually giving it to us in a visual setting.
You took my damn parking spot.
I told her I didn't take your damn parking spot.
And how did that make you feel, reacting that way?
I'm sorry, but Kendrick can act. I'm not gonna lie. Kendrick can act. I think he's one of the rappers that, like, it actually looks like, hey, it's a secret talent. Who knows?
I felt decent.
Oh, how come?
Because I did take her parking spot. No.
You texted me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I feel like I'm fallen. Why do you feel that way?
Life.
So obviously, as you know, I'm not going to be able to actually play the audio because of copyright reasons. But we're going to play the music video, and then we're going to I want to see if we can kind of line up the lyrics with, I guess, the music video at the same time, so we can see necessarily why he picked this image for that lyric. So it's opening up. Is that a reference to us? Is that a reference to Us? The little kid with the mask? I don't know, because he's wearing red. I don't know. Is the beach? I'm not gonna rewind. I don't know what I don't see. Yeah, so now it's kind of reflecting on previous music videos while having elements. COVID, it'd be like that. I gotta say, this is very different. I just love Kendrick Lamar's just creative vision, because it's like he's talking to the therapist while having the music video play in the middle, but it's still a part of the music video. Like, this is actually a very original idea. I'm not sure if this has been done before and he took inspiration from something else, but I've seen this. I feel inspired to want to attempt this for a future video at some point. And wow, look at the therapist. She really going through it. Hearing his stories, like. So they place him down on the ground. Dang, she hurt. She hurt. Now, could I'm trying to decipher this. Who was the person in the beginning? Was that supposed to represent a younger Kendrick? But I'm not sure. Maybe if was that a girl though? Wasn't that a girl? Cause that was a girl. That kind of just ruins my theory. I don't know. I think this is supposed to be a younger Kendrick. Because if that's a younger Kendrick, then I think that's going to be able to explain the storyline that they're trying to tell more. Because now when we go to the lyrics, Count Me Out by Kendrick Lamar. It begins with, we may not know which way to go on this dark road. All of these make it difficult. Session 10, breakthrough. There's no way I've read literally it clicked as I said session 10 breakthrough that I literally just read. And so anywho, the first lines really is, one of these lives I'm gonna make things right with the wrongs I've done. That's one of you now. With the father, son, till then I fight. Rain on me, put the blame on me. Got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me. Got 6 magazines that's aimed at me. Done every magazine was feigning me. So, just off this part alone, right? Clearly he's suffering, as the lyric said himself, with guilt. I think everybody suffers with guilt. I think everybody suffers with shame and the hurt. And I like how he said, one of these lives, I'm gonna make things right. Because it's like he just has so much pain, so much hurt in the current circumstance of the life that he's in, That it's like it's almost like he's been through a cycle of continuous hurt. And so, rain on me, put the blame on me. Literally 6 magazines that's aimed on me because everybody is literally pointing at him. Everybody is putting the pressure on him. And, then obviously then every magazine was famed in me. It's a game in me. Where the bedroom at? Sleep. I ain't had affairs with that. Now this is actually a bar. This is why Kendrick is really just at the top, because this is a bar. It's a game to me. Where the bedroom at? Sleep. I ain't had affairs with that. Meaning that he literally does not sleep. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't go to sleep. He doesn't get his rest. He doesn't. What's fair when the hearts and the words don't reach? What's fair when the money don't take things back? It's rare when somebody take your dreams back. I think what he's saying right here is I don't know why I pointed at the screen. You guys cannot see that. I don't know. I apologize. But what's fair when the hearts and the words don't reach? Basically what he's saying is that money is just quite simple. The money is not going to give you what you think. And I have said that in a previous video. The money is not going to give you what you think it will once you acquire it, And then it's where when somebody takes your dreams back, you're caring about somebody else's opinion for so long that they're literally shrinking you. You got to realize that people don't really know the capabilities of other people. People project themselves onto other people. That's why it's don't take anything personal, because people like to project. People may have a viewpoint that's different from yours, a perspective that's different from yours. And so if they grew up this way and you grew up this way, they might think their way is superior or correct because that's what they're accustomed to, that's what they're used to. It doesn't mean that they're right, it doesn't mean that they're wrong, but that's what they're used to. And so somebody could try to limit your vision, limit your dream because of basically their viewpoint, their perspective already. Which is why it's like you have to just trust yourself. That's when you have to have that value in your own intuition. That's when you have to have that value in your own trust. That's why you have to build up your own character. I care too much, want to share too much, in my head too much. I shut down too. I can relate to this a lot. I can relate to this a lot. Trying to express your dreams to everybody, but not everybody's supposed to hear your dreams. There's a lot of people that literally want to keep you at the same level, and there's a lot of people that don't want you to go up. People don't want you to be above them. They don't, and that's really like a sin that a lot of people suffer with. In my head too much, I shut down too. You got to get out your head. A very simple rule to live by in life. Just get out of your head and live in the moment. Actually experience things. Do not live in fantasy land. I used to live in fantasy land a lot. Actually go out to the real world, because you're going to see that the way that you pictured it, it might not go the way you thought it was going to go. I ain't there too. And that's another thing. He's not even in his own head. I ain't there too. I'm a complex soul. They layered me up, then broke me down. Wow. And morality's dust. I lack in trust. This time around, I trust myself. What was I just saying? You gotta learn to start blocking people out and trust yourself. You only you know what you're capable of. Only you know what you're capable of. Only you know what you can do. Don't let somebody else try to dictate your dreams for you. That's why I say, I don't want to make you say rebel against your parents, but your parents cannot decide truly what your future is for you. Your parents cannot decide how far you're willing to go to achieve your dreams. And it's up to you to prove everybody wrong who doubted you. So I love this part. I love this part that he says right here. This time around, I trust myself, but please everybody else but myself. All else fails, I was myself. Outdone fear, outdone myself. This year you better one up yourself. It's just this is just I really when the album dropped, I really was replaying this song so much because I can just really relate to what he's saying right here. I can just really relate. Like I feel like every line I can say that I can connect to. I feel like I could literally have to explain every single line because every single line is deep, and I feel like everybody just has to understand it. Like let's outdone the fear, outdone myself. The fear that you have in yourself, the fear that's limiting you because of the voices from other people trying to tell you, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Outdone fear, outdone myself. And literally, he even said it. That's how I know he said that because he even said it earlier. Please everybody else but myself. I hope you realize that's actually like a real thing. Like I actually read about this in the 4 agreements. Because other people kind of place a spell on you, they place a curse on you, in which they limit you and they hurt your own growth because of themselves. And because you want to be perceived as a certain image, you are doing things to please everybody else. You're going to school to satisfy your parents. You're doing this, you're doing that. But are you doing it for yourself? That's why when he said outdone fear, outdone myself, it's because he got over that fear and he just... All else fails. All else fails. All else fails. I was myself. Yo, it's Glacier here. If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment down below. Mask on babies, mask on ops. Wear mask in the neighborhood, stores you shot, but a mask won't hide who you are inside. How many times do I be telling y'all, money, everything, you can't change who you are inside. When you look in the mirror, you literally cannot hide who you are from yourself. Look around, the reality carved in the lies. Wipe my ego, dodge my pride. Look myself in the mirror. Amityville ain't nothing scarier. I fought like a pit bull terrier. Blood I shell could fill up aquarium. Tell my angels carry 'em. Every emotion been deprived. Even my strong points couldn't survive. If I didn't learn to love myself, forgive myself 100 times. Just hearing this song is just hearing that was a perfect opening verse. Because when I'm just breaking down the lyrics, I can especially relate to this at this time of my life where I was struggling being myself. I was putting on identities. I was camouflaging my personality to blend in, to fit in. But that just, as he said, that just wasn't who I was inside. And because I was always trying to camouflage, I would always have that eternal feeling of I'm just not fitting in. I don't want to go too far to say that I had depression, but I would feel very sad because of the fact of I just wasn't being true to myself. I wasn't truly being me. And you gotta realize that when you don't even love yourself, when you don't even accept yourself, you are beating yourself up. The strongest opponent you're going to face in your life is going to be yourself. It's going to be yourself. Nobody else knows your flaws more. Nobody else knows your weakness. Nobody else knows the mistakes that you made except for you. And only your mind, if you do not learn how to control it, it will weaponize it. It will weaponize itself and use it against you. You have to learn to take control up here. This is a muscle too. You have to learn to really control your mental space. Because like he said, if I didn't learn to love myself, forgive myself 100 times. What did I say in the Naruto video? Asking for forgiveness from God, but you really just want forgiveness from yourself. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. Now, I'm not gonna read the whole lyrics, but or you know what? I am. Let's continue. You know, because it's just a lot of curse words. You know, and I want everybody to see this. I want my channel to even have a kid audience, because people gotta really realize that a lot of people are idolizing the wrong people, that are leading them in the wrong direction. A lot of celebrities that you look up to, a lot of grown people have not even healed. And they still don't even love themselves. That's why they do all the things that they do. I'm sorry, but how can you love yourself and still decide I want to get a BBL? How can you say I still love myself and then you decide you want to get a nose job? You want to change how you look? I can understand getting in shape. But if you have to actually have surgery, something that is not natural, I don't care. If you're literally having to add something to your body to make you seem like you look better to the eyes of people that you should even care about, to improve your appearance, you truly don't love yourself. I can understand having like messed up teeth and fixing your teeth, but like a facelift, liposuction, or I guess liposuction's alright, but it's just like you don't need those things if you love yourself. And I guarantee you there's gonna be somebody out there who's gonna love all those things about you. So, I love when you count me out. I love when you count me out. I love when you count me out. I love when you count it up. F it up, F it up, F it up, F it up, F it up. You know, and I just, even the hook, just the meaning of the song, count me out because you're trying to doubt me. It just, I'm sorry, but this is a hype song and this is a deep song. I recommend that everybody adds to the playlist, and I recommend that you listen to it 1,000,000 times. How you gonna win my trust when the lies run deep? How you gonna bend your love when the bad don't sleep? Beep, beep, crash our feelings in the middle of the street. F it up, F it up, F it up, Fing it up. Now, please listen to this right here. This is the part that I really want to emphasize. This is the point that I really want to emphasize. That because a lot of people have not had this happen to them, they still live in a blind truth. They still live in a blind reality, okay? When you was at your lowest, tell me where the females are at. When you were at your lowest, tell me where were the bros at? 3:30 in the morning. Scroll through the call log. Ain't nobody but the mirror looking for the fall off. Kendrick. I just love how he just keeps connecting back to the mirror, because it's I feel like a mirror is just so essential. I feel like a mirror is so essential to personal growth, because I feel like really a lot of times some of the best personal growth, let's be honest, celebrities will say it, many people will say it, athletes will say it, artists will say it, musicians will say it. They looked in the mirror and then they wanted to change something about themselves. That's usually how a majority of big stories go. I looked in the mirror, I didn't like who I saw. When you look in the mirror, that is literally a reflection of you. A mirror is nothing but a reflection of yourself. So if you're not happy that you're at what you see in the mirror, you're not happy with yourself. And just the lines he said right here, where are the females at? Where are your bros at? Now, I hope not, but you could have fake friends in your circle. That if you were popping, if you were that guy at, I don't know, let's say high school or even college, and then you're struggling to get your life together, and then all of a sudden they disappear. They're fake. Like, at least you know now. You know. And the females, they don't care when you're at your lowest. They don't. Everybody knows this from all the red pill channels that females like the winners. They like the people that have their life together. They want to find the prize, but they claim that they are the prize. And so that's why it's like, when you try to fake who you are and you eventually start falling apart, everybody who's only seeing the bright part of you, everybody that's only seeing the best part of you. Matter of fact, I have a quote that I can't remember who I got it from, but it was, when people fall in love with the way they say you in summer, your summer edition, they don't know what to do when winter comes, or when fall comes / winter comes and your leaves start to fall. Basically what that quote is saying is, I might have messed that up too, but basically what that quote is saying is that people fall in love with the best things about you. People love the highlights of your personality, the highlights of your traits. But when it comes to the flaws that every human has, it seems like many people just won't accept it. And many people will really leave you. Many people will really reject it. That's why it's like, you gotta really find people that accept you for who you are. That's why don't put a mask on. Because when you really have to be yourself, when you're not strong enough to put that mask on anymore, when you don't want to put that mask on anymore, you've surrounded yourself with so many fake people that are only used to seeing this version of you, that everybody leaves. Everybody leaves. And it's never good to feel lonely. It's never good to feel lonely. So have a cleanse, be yourself, and make sure that you find the right friends, you know? Because at your lowest, you should be able to have somebody you can call, a few people you can call. I know right now, if I was at my lowest, I'd have a few people I can call, guaranteed. And that should go for everybody. You shouldn't have to hide your problems from your true friends. And your true friends should be willing to help you regardless. My name is in your mouth. It's gonna take more than pride to stop. Call 911, I caught a body. Sun up now, yesterday is fading. Healing's only about a mile away. Let me tell you about the woman I know. That's my baby. I know karma likes to follow us strong. I know millionaires that feel alone, lonely at the top. Anytime I couldn't find God, I still could find myself through a song. Many find their life in a phone. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't catch that bar. I've never caught that bar. I've never caught that bar. And that's a bar. That's a bar, actually. I'm sorry. I know millionaires that feel alone. Anytime I couldn't find God, I still could find myself through a song. He's an artist. That's how he finds himself. He's an artist through the music. But guess what other people do? Many find their life in a phone. Social media is not real. Kendrick the GOAT. I'm sorry, but storytelling wise, and I think this album of the year. if we're talking about storytelling wise and depth behind the album, I think this beats Metro Booming and A Boogie. But if we're talking about actually like songs that you could just, put on the shuffle, put on the playlist, I think they got. You could put this on the playlist too, but I just feel like songs like this is for me. I like to really like listen to it in like a quiet place, earphones on, eyes closed, and just focus. This is more like I guess you could say like a meditation song or like a focusing song, because really he's saying songs like this, and then Violent Nightmares by Kanye West, or Violent Crimes, my bad. It's just songs like that I really just like to just really take it all in. Pause. So you said I feel better if I just worked without lifting my head up. It's funny, people say that a lot, don't they? Just work. Forget about your emotions, and then they end up killing themselves. You have to. I'm not saying completely stop work, but please find time to relax your mind. Please find time to even indulge in the thoughts that your mind is giving you. Like your mind is trying to tell you something sometimes, and because you just block it off, it's kind of like when you hurt yourself, you have an injury, and you just keep putting it off until it comes back later and it's too late. Like you have to learn to take care of the issue when it first arises. Take care of your mental health so that way that you can then just start maintaining it later throughout life than having to keep on having a recurring battle every time when you hit your lowest. They left me fed up. You made me worried. I wanted my best version, but you ignored me. Then change the story. Good energy in the room. Drop the location, please. Yeah, if it's good energy in the room, please airdrop it to me, actually. Atomic. Oh, antibiotics for the womb when I'm frustrated, please. Trying to keep my good conscience in rotation. Thoughts in my head, they live in there with no. I made a decision, never give you my feelings. F with you from a distance. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember how it went. F with you from a distance. Some put it on the devil when they fall short. I put it on my ego, Lord of all lords. Sometimes I fall for her. Dog. Whew. Like I said, I love the vulnerability that Kendrick could have. That's actually, it's funny that he says this, because this is actually about to be the next book that I'm about to read. That ego is the enemy, because my ego has been the enemy for a lot of things, and it has caused me to self-sabotage myself quite a lot. And I do plan on facing that demon. I do plan on conquering that demon. Because I really love how he explained it. Some put it on the devil when they fall short. I put it on my ego, Lord of all lords. And I love that he said that, because a lot of people really like to try to always blame an outside factor, something else, a mysterious force, for why their life is the way that it is. But you dictate your life. You have full steering. You have full control. You want to put the blame on somebody else. Number one, that doesn't show leadership. And number two, that doesn't show maturity. Because how are you going to blame it on somebody else? Why? You didn't do what you had to do. Why are you putting it on somebody else that it's their fault? Why you feel like you didn't achieve the absolute best in yourself? Like I said in the previous video, you have to pinpoint your own flaws. Find your own flaws and you strengthen them. You work on it. Everybody has flaws. It's the people that choose to work on them that actually grow. It's the people that actually work on their flaws that evolve and get better and better. Stop just accepting defeat. Stop putting it on somebody else. Every time something doesn't go your way, the devil's plotting on me. The devil's not plotting on you. He's not even worried about you. He doesn't care about you. If you're doing nothing with your time already, let's just be honest. Do you really think the devil's going to go out of his way to try to ruin your life? If all you're doing with your time is just smoking weed all day, if all you're doing with your time is just laying around doing nothing, do you really think the devil is plotting against you? There was a TikTok I saw where Mike Tyson said, when you're favorited by God, you're favorited by the devil. And I agree with that 100%. Because when you're doing things for a reason deeper than you, when you're trying to help people, when you're trying to do good, that's when all the temptation starts to come in. It's funny. Think about it. When you get married, you're financially stable, good wife, good house, this and that. All of a sudden, now certain girls want to hit you up. Now certain people want to start hanging out with you. Funny how that works. I'm sorry to say the devil's not coming after you if you already have nothing going for you. And if you fall short, like he said, it's not the devil. Okay? Let's stop blaming every time we fail on a mysterious force. Because the best way to create your future is to create it. That's the best way you're going to predict it. You can't say anything else is hurting you. Only you hurt your own future. And so the final verse was, Miss Regret, I believe you done me wrong. Miss Regret, can you please exit my home? Miss Regret, I think I'm better off alone. Miss Regret, I got these deep regrets. Some things I can't forget. Lord knows I tried my best. You said it's not my best. I came up out my flesh. Some things I must confess. Spoke my truth, paid my debt. Can't you see I'm a wreck? Let me loose, I digress. This is me and I'm blessed. 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 Anybody fighting through the stress? Anybody fighting through the... I love the way he ended that. I think I'm actually going to take a few pointers when I write songs from Kendrick, because the way that he gives his metaphors is just so different. He's actually personifying a feeling. Regret. Misregret. I believe you done me wrong. He's making it seem like it's an actual person, but when you actually break it down, you realize that he's actually talking about the feeling of regret. I know that was obvious, but I just love the way that he did it like that, you know? I love the way that he actually personified it, you know? And I love, Lord knows I tried my best. You said it's not my best. That's what regret can do to you, I'm not sure if he intended to mean it like that, because it's obviously in my interpretation, but regret can really play with your head. Because like I said, when I got from the basketball team, regret can make you be like, you didn't do enough. You could have did more. And that's why some things I must confess. Spoke my truth, paid my debt. And I don't like when people say, to really confess to clear your conscience, to really confess. Because I feel like people take advantage of confessing. I feel like confessing is obviously a way for you to cleanse yourself, but I feel like it's also a cheap getaway for certain people to, I guess in a sense, lose that guilt that they're feeling, get that weight off their shoulder. In a sense, it's like it's a selfish reason. Like if a guy cheated on a girl and he confessed that he cheated, only to cheat on her again, but he doesn't have that guilt because he quote unquote told her. It's like you didn't really do that for her. You did that to just clear your mind. That's all that it was. And I feel like if you're confessing something, it's to really, it's to improve the situation. Maybe it's just for you personally. Maybe it is for both sides. I feel like every time I confess, it's because number one, you're giving your perspective because you're explaining it from your side. You're explaining how you feel. It's I, because it's your confession. But I just feel like it should be clear, especially if you're confessing to another person. It should be clear, and y'all should both be able to reach an understanding. Take both of your statements into consideration and grow off that. Some people just confess so that way they can grow personally, and in a sense, they're just hurting the other person. They're just bringing the other person down. The confession did more damage than actually help. The confession was just so you could feel like the burden is lifted off your shoulder, so your conscience can be cleared. But for all you know, you could have just damaged somebody else. To elaborate more on that, I'm not saying to not confess, but rather, what is your reason for confessing? I always say that it doesn't really matter what you're doing. It's the reason behind it. Why are you doing that thing? What was the intention behind your action? That's what determines everything. And then obviously he just closed it off, was saying, can't you see I'm a wreck? Which I think that's self-realization. You gotta understand if you are struggling, if you are in like not in a good mental space, and you are at your lowest, you gotta accept that you are a wreck right now. You have to understand that you're just not the best version of yourself. But just accept it first. It doesn't mean that you're gonna stay like this. Just accept it first. And then you're gonna grow off that. You're laying the foundation that this is the starting point. This is literally step zero. This is ground zero. This is where you're gonna grow from. This is who you are right now. But this is not who you're going to be. Because you're going to be somebody smart. You're gonna be somebody successful. You're gonna be prosperous. I know it. And I love the self-love that he gives at the end. This is me, and I am blessed. And he repeats it, this is me, and I'm blessed. This is me, and I'm blessed. Because like I said, self-acceptance is going to give you a power-up like you've never seen before. That self-acceptance, when you truly find that self-love, is going to make you start attracting people that you never thought you would attract. It's going to start opening doors for you that you never thought would even creak. Anybody fighting through distress, this is the simple, just fight through it. This is me and I'm blessed. I'm sorry, but this song was a masterpiece. This song was a masterpiece. And the title, Count Me Out, because it's like you're trying to count me out. But I feel like the way that this song was progressing, because Kendrick has a storyline literally throughout his song as well. The way that it was progressing was like he was disappointed in himself, didn't accept himself. There was just so much stuff going wrong with him. And then he finally started looking in the mirror. He started to reflect. Start to have that self-acceptance or that self-realization. Self-acceptance is the next step. He started to have that self-realization. And once he started having that self-realization and he finally accepted who he was, he took off that mask. And that's what they were doing in the music video. He took off the mask. He accepted himself. This is me and I'm blessed. This is me and I'm blessed. Now you guys can watch the music video again now that you have broken down the lyrics, now that you understand the message of the song, and maybe start depicting it more and more. You know, as you start, rereading and rereading, you might just start catching stuff even more and more and more, But I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry, but this song is truly a masterpiece. If you guys like more videos like this, like it and comment down below what song you want me to break down. Yeah, if you guys want me to do a music video with it and then break down the lyrics, let me know. But I do plan on adding more lyric breakdowns to my channel because music is a big part of my life. And I feel like music really, the top artists, they know how to put a message in their song. And it's up to us, the listeners, to listen and spread that message across to help communities, to help the people, to help the world. Now, this is just my interpretation. You might have a different depiction. Because, well, at the end of the day, I'm not a preacher. I'm just a guy talking.